My name's Nick Hand and I'm from Bristol. We're in Bristol now and we're at the Letterpress Collective, which is bang in the centre of Bristol. I guess I started doing letterpress when I was at college in 1973 and I was in a room a bit like this room for 1 year at the end of that course. We've been doing this form of letterpress for the last 7 years in this building, which is a cooperative of artists. There's 32 studios here and we're in the ground floor, which is quite handy because these machines are pretty heavy beasts. This form of letterpress using what we call movable type, which is either lead type or wood type. It was the thing that Gutenberg invented in Germany in 1450, just before I was born. 8 or 9 years ago, I was aware that there were no letterpress printers in Bristol anymore, and I thought, where's all the machines? What's happening to type? And obviously, you know, if you go to a car boot sale, you'll see bits of type. You can buy a letter for £4, and I was thinking, God, we should be keeping all those together, all those letters. So I started kind of collecting machines and equipment and talking to some of the old printers who are still here, and they're, you know, mostly in their 70s and 80s, even older than me, and they're just brilliant. They're such characters, often quite grumpy characters, but you know, who doesn't love a grumpy character? Well, it's interesting because if you go into like Bristol Cathedral, you'll see a lot of spelling mistakes. And I know, you know, when those things were done in the 1700s, probably people were not only dyslexic but also illiterate. So that's understandable. But I kind of embrace the mistake, you know. So when we print something and then someone says, "Oh, you know, there's a mistake in that," I go, "Really? Oh, brilliant! Another one." So I sort of see whenever there's a typo, which is a mistake in printing, sort of embrace it a little bit. Embrace the mistakes. This form of printing was a trade, whereas now it's considered a craft because, you know, there aren't people doing it kind of commercially. We don't compete with litho printers. So now people, you know, when you look at wood type is really interesting because, you know, some of the wood type here is over 100 years old. And it gets scarred, you know, so it gets damaged, it gets little nicks and stuff out of it. A bit like us, you know, as we get older, we carry our scars with us and you kind of embrace them really. And type is the same, you know, and we've learnt to kind of love those things, or not everyone, but most people have. The thing about this letterpress printing is that, you know, like someone that makes stuff with clothes with a sewing machine, owning the means of production means that nobody can tell you what to do. For me, because I've sort of trained as a typographer, graphic designer, and so the letterpress skills when I trained were kind of like technician skills really, so they weren't something that I'd necessarily kind of learned as part of my training. So since I've been here, I've been learning from the other printers really. Ellen is 28, she's a much better printer than me. She's like totally mastered this Heidelberg press, which is quite a complicated thing. It's tricky talking to kids, youngsters really, because I don't want to come across as some bloke telling them what they think they should be doing, but I think if it was me personally, I think I would have told them to do the thing that they love more earlier, because there's this real pressure on you when you're like 20 or something to go out and earn money, and you know, if you do the thing that you love, suddenly you put a passion into that, and that's what people are going to be interested in. And I discovered that quite late in life, that if you do the thing you love with passion, which you will, because like skateboarding or printing or riding a motorbike 200 miles an hour, you will do that with passion, and that's the thing that people will be interested in, I guarantee it. And I just kind of, I would say to myself as a 20-year-old, do that stuff a bit earlier. And you know, the years are ticking by, and the thing about being like 62 is you've got no idea whether next year will be the year when your knee packs in or something. So again, you just got to do stuff while you can, because you don't know what's around the corner.